Boom, boom. This is Kendra. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, got a little Soul Land reloaded up today. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on. So we've got the Godly Form Asura event is back up. So you should be able to successfully create the unit now. You will be able to purchase the remaining shards, the 15 shards that you need right here. The Godly Form, that is a divine tool. So first SS plus divine tool. So you should be able to match this up. You know, you can bring in two destruction, to hit HP sets. So you can combine these two right here. So I assume next we'll probably get an SS plus destruction piece. Will most likely be the next set that the next piece that they'll introduce. But you should be able to get it up. So I've just got it up right now. Went ahead and leveled it up to 68, and I'll start moving it in as needed. So go ahead and complete that as well. Now we've also got a weekly event up. So we've got a bunch of stuff in here. So you got the weekly gift bag, of course. So you want to make sure you purchase this. The free one, as you can see, that's pretty good. It's got 100 of the essence in there, so that's pretty good, as well as 60 shards for that. I got a hidden weapon, so you can get this. You can purchase this 4 times, so that's a total of 40 shards. I believe if you purchase this, I believe you'll be able to actually take. I'll be able to upgrade it after that. Actually, I think it only needs 40 shards to be upgraded, I believe. Actually, fairly easy to upgrade. Actually, you could probably take it up 1, maybe it, and get started on 2 after that. So just make sure you at least get 15 to bring that up, and you'll be able to take that up because you want to do it. I need to bring it up because I've currently got it on Ren, so you definitely want to purchase that as well. It's only 250, so it's not like it's not like it's breaking the bank there. So I'll go ahead and purchase these for right now. I'll probably purchase 2 more. And then, of course, we've got the avatar. You definitely want to get this. That's 120 right there. So it's pretty expensive, but that's a pretty expensive item to get. So you definitely want to pick that up. Time limited pack. Awakening exchange. So we've got Awakening event up, which is good because I needed that, as I said in my last video. That's my next focus, is to max out the Awakening on my main team. And to do that, I'm going to need some Core Silver, Deep Sea Sunken Silver, and I'm going to need some tickets. So both of these are in here. So that's something that I'll look at. They got a little purchase event here. If there's anything, you also want to purchase these. And then, of course, the Awakening chest. So you definitely want to awaken as many of these as you can. I can go up to about 100 right now. So, yeah, I can open up 10 times. So that's what I'll probably be doing. Do that a little bit later, and then Super Bundy, of course, gather all of the actual diamonds that you accrued over the weekend on Saturday, Sunday. So that's up for that. We've also got Wrong's event is gone, and now we've got Zeus Incubate. So you want to make sure to get her and you do that. Make sure you do it each day. I mean, the rewards, I really don't like the rewards. I wish they would change this. I mean, this should make this a chest or something, because I'm just not really working on die at this point. I do always get that. I mean, I do purchase you can purchase most of the stuff in here. Usually you get enough of the actual notes to do that. So everything's up, yeah. So that's the new events. So as you can see, I am at 766. So making a huge strides right now. Just focusing on enhancements. I made 2 more pieces of. Let's go ahead and upgrade this hidden weapon. I made 2 more pieces of SS plus soul bones. So that right there is, of course, something big that you want to get there. That's where a lot of that came from, as well as creation of the actual divine tool helped as well. So I got a couple maybe just upgrading out of that. So it's 50 right now. So you won't be able to have 2 upgrades out of that, but you should be able to get 1 out of it. And it's an SS plus, so you should do it. There's no use hold back on it is it's an SS plus, so stat wise it's going to be a little bit better than the other one. So that took me up too. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I created two more. As I said, I'm starting to focus on the soul bone enhancements, bringing them up. I've got these up to 150. I got these up to 130. Okay, and I've got this up to 100. And I inside the Master Forge, I purchased enough of the actual Spirit Source to actually do two more pieces to get those SS. So I'm working through getting an SS plus set for working on getting that. I'm probably not going to I'm not going to SS plus this set. Okay, I will end up changing this set to a red set. Okay, I do have one right here, so I will probably end up rolling this on to Yen, but it's something that I'm not focusing on right now. Right now, I'm just focusing on the others and getting them up to 180. Okay, so in terms of that, also went up to 91. That opened up the story, so we now have 39, becoming a God Part 2, and then of course we have the associated elite stage for that. So as you can see, this one here opens up at 92. So the next level, I'll be getting another one of those levels. Okay, that enabled me to get a little bit more of the Dulu, and I was able to take me up. So I'm now in the 7 killing sword. I closed out the bone dragon, so into the 7 killing sword in terms of that. So that got me a little bit. That got a little bit of BP from that as well. But most of it came from the two SS plus soul bones. Also took up, focused a little bit on the spirit avatar. I took Bo's up. It was at 2. I took that up to 3 to get her in line with the rest of them. I'm going to work on getting her to 4. I'm close to doing it. I've still got 84 to go, and I'll be able to get 120. So I'm still not going to have enough, but that'll get me up to a little over 200. So the next time a 60 pops up, I'll be able to take that up to 4 and work on that, and that gave me a pretty big BP jump as well too. So it just, as you get the stuff to do it, it's gated, but that took me up to 768 million. So I would assume probably within the next, I would say probably by first week in June or something, I should be in 800 million would be my I'd say that's a pretty fair assessment. We'll just have to see. But they got Asura, Tang Chen coming out. Just getting him. I'm probably not going to be doing a whole lot with him at this point in time. I will get him, and I'll probably do the basic enhancement to him. Take up his enhancement just to where I have, because I have buku mats from the early stages. I can probably get him up to orange without much of a trouble at all. So I'll probably go ahead and do that. Do the basics for him and get him ready. But I probably won't take that second leap and start focusing on him intensely, simply because of the fact that, to be quite honest, what it's going to cost to actually bring him up to make him useful is going to be quite involved, simply because of the fact that I have a fairly decent attack team. This is my second attack team on this, the attackers for my second team. And as you can see, they are not slouches. So to actually bring, Tang Chen up into these red 1 and start, it probably would not be something that would be something I'm going to focus on. I'm still going to start saving my mats for a we should be getting an SS plus healer here. I would assume it's going to be wrong, and like I said, that's what my focus is going to be on, because that's something I can get immediate action out of. That's the only gap right now. I mean, that's excuse me. One of the reasons I'm not focusing on Oscar at this point is because I'm pretty sure that once we get an SS plus healer, SSIN is going to become the healer for the second team. So I don't really see the need to throw mats into Oscar when they could be used on the SS plus healer. I assume we're going to be getting in the near future. If not a whole lot of information on what's coming out next, but we should know sometime next week or the week after. Usually they throw the last bulk of shards we need for the character inside of the event for the new character. So I would assume we'll be seeing that sometime next week. And we should see who that new character is going to be. And then from then we'll be able to make the determination. So we'll get the last 20 shards in the event for the next SS Plus character, which we hope will be a healer. We'll have to see. But that's what we're looking for. So a little bit on hold on the healer situation. That's one of the reasons I haven't spent the shards. I do have enough shards to actually bring her up to 5. It would be close, but I could probably do it. I'd have to pull some shards from some of the other things, but I could probably scrape it together. I've got like 900 in storage, and then I could probably pull. No, I probably would not be able to. Probably come up just a bit short at this point, but I'd be close. But I'm going to use those mats for the next SS Plus. I'm hoping healer. But we'll bring Tang Chen. We'll bring him up. We'll bring him up to where I can get him up comfortably without having to waste any of the materials that would conceivably be needed for the next one in the group. And then we'll just save, just like I did for Ren. I mean, that's why Ren is maxed. Just because I saved up, became very stingy, didn't do any, just enough, saved enough the match so that I could bring her up extremely quick, so that I can get her in, and it's worth it. So that's what we're probably going to do. But like I say, so once we get the final shards for Tang Chen, we should know what the next SS Plus character is going to be, and then we'll make a decision as to how we want to proceed. If it's not a healer and it's just another character, an attacker or something, then we might go ahead and focus on Tang Chen, just while we're waiting for that. Because it's obviously got to be another month or so before we have another character. So, but it's something we have to we'll gauge and form a course of action once we determine what they're going to do. Because as you can see, with these two as attackers, and with Tang as a tank, Tian as the tank, and then an SS Plus hero that we get, Yin would be the next hero. So I would already have an excellently set up second team of high-level SS characters. So I don't see the need to, so we're just going to be a little patient at this point. I'm getting BP from other places. I've still got a couple of soul bones that I need to take up to SS Plus. So we're going to be focusing on those shards. I still got to make, I've got the shards to make the Sea God set for Ren. So that's something we're going to be focusing on. But, leveling that up, enhancing it up is going to be, a little bit of a slow process. But so I've got other things I can focus on. So if we don't have to build Tang Chen up much past the basics, then we'll focus on some of the other stuff. And, we'll do videos on that as well. But I am at 91, so everybody has been leveled up to 91. And everybody has been skill maxed out at 91. Skill level has reached upper limit. So you can only take it to 91. You can't really run ahead. That you're limited by. I mean, I can't run up the mats on these because I have to open up the next stages to do that, and you can't open up those stages until you reach a certain level. So there's no way to jump ahead and just like run one or two characters up really far. You can't do that in this game. Everything is gated. There's gates, and there are level requirements that are need to be met before you can do go up to 2 and 3 in your enhancements. So there's really no way to run ahead and make and makes the characters, and the way it's gated, it takes time. So you have to work. There's other things to focus on at that time. So that's what we're at this point. But yeah, the first team is looking really, really, really well. Did an excellent job on the actual tournament shop. I nearly doubled my output by moving Bo into the attacker stage because she does a lot more damage. Tang is Chen, the one-armed bandit. Chen is a consistent damage dealer, and you'll see him pretty much level. He'll have a stable level of damage, and then his special skill will proc, and you'll see a boost. Okay, Bo is you'll see not quite as much damage as Chen was putting out, but then all of a sudden she'll just smash, and her special skill will proc, her spirit skill will proc, and you'll literally double and in some cases triple your damage output. So she far exceeds what Chen is capable of. She's an SS plus character, so that's not surprising. That would be what you would expect to happen. So definitely, once you do get her, but you definitely want to make sure that you use those shards, and definitely do her divine skill at least once to get this ocean domain, because this is where a lot of that power comes from. Giving you that a straight plus to your damage is just it's just an immense increase for your damage. 2,000%. I mean, you just, and it procs at 6 seconds, so it's not like something that you have to like wait 20 seconds or something and you might be dead before it happens. It's not that case. 6 seconds. Nobody's generally in no boss fight you're dead within 6 seconds. Boss fights usually run anywhere between 20 to 25 seconds before they're either timed out or everybody dies. So you have a chance. The skill's always going to proc, so it's not something that you have to worry about. Having to devise a strategy to keep everybody alive long enough for it to proc. It's going to proc because it only requires 6 seconds, which is what makes it exceedingly useful. So it's definitely something you want to do. So just make sure that the chests, make sure that you use those chests and focus on using them. I've still got 32 of them left. I'm probably going to use those on Bo. But I might do it. I'm in a debate right now. Clear Sky's not dying. He outlasts Ren in most cases, even though he's not the tank. But it's just because his skill set is geared towards keeping him alive. Ren's skill set is more geared towards providing shielding and keeping your back line and Clear Sky alive. But in terms of the tree and that whatnot, Ren usually bites it a little bit before Clear Sky. They're always the last two up, of course. I mean, that's just Ayin and Bo usually go down on the second the bramble attack, where the whole screen has brambles just shooting up. You can usually time the shield skill and get through the first one, but it's really, really difficult to get through the second one. And then shortly after that, the battle's almost over because it's a timed fight. And then shortly after that, Ren goes down, and then Clear Sky usually ends up lasting throughout the event. He just dies when the time expires, of course, and then all of your characters die. So I'm not really sure. I'm probably going to go ahead and start focusing on doing it for Bo just to get the extra. I think we get an extra 6,000. I think it goes up. The second is like 2,600, so I think you get an extra 600%. But I'll run some numbers and see which skill would be more beneficial, and that's who'll get it. But I haven't had time to do that. Been focusing on a lot of other stuff at this point. And I'm just going to go ahead and start focusing on. I'm going to start focusing on Chen and Tang San. They're going to be the attackers for the second team, so I might as well use them. I was going to see if something was going to happen where they were going to have events like you can use SS plus shards to do something for the SS pluses, but I don't see anything materializing that's going to do that. So I might as well just go ahead and use them. Okay, so I'll work those out. But it's at like 400, as I think is what it is. So it takes a lot of those shards. So it's not something I could actually do right yet. But I will be something. So 380, I might be able to do that. 380. I don't think I can't do them both. I'll probably do one of them. I might be able to do both, but it's going to be. But I'll save up the shards to do that. And then in the background, I focus on secondary. I focus on Zhu because Zhu has excellent capabilities inside of the actual arena. Granted, I have not really had the capabilities to focus on those yet. Um, uh, so, but I want to have her just in case something becomes apparent. Um, but we're probably going to get an attacker that's more. I think Asura Chachan is more of a PvP related character. I think that's why they came out with him. As you'll see, it you get a little bit better PvP usage out of him because I think that's what his gear set is more saber tooth. So he's sort of like the zoo upgrade Tang Chen is. Because if you know from the anime, he was the head of the Slaughter City. So that's not that's not surprising in terms of that. So we could see. So uh, this is where uh, so I think Tag Chin is more of an upgraded Zoo, okay, because he's SS plus with a little bit better stats. So I think that's his position. So if you're if you're geared towards PvP, uh, then you might want to consider going directly for him. I'm not geared toward PvP. I like to keep my PvP under 50, and as long as I can do that, I'm generally not. I generally don't focus on that because I'm never going to get up into the 15s and the 10s at this point. They're still, they're still at this well actually they're only about 300 million ahead of me at this point, but of course the top ones are at 14, so they're almost double. But the normal people and the 10s and the 15s are at about 100 million, and as you can see I'm closing in on that. So we'll have to see exactly what happens, but I'm having fun playing the game. They got that the new event up in the sect. I was really impressed with that. Tyrant's Nest. So definitely want to be playing in that. Get some good rewards out there. It's not really a way to get that chest that you want, but hey, if you come up where you're one or two shards short, and you have some of the source core, go ahead and purchase a couple from there, and you can complete your set before waiting for a chest event to come out. That's the way I look at it. So yeah, but don't forget Master Forge. That is make sure that you get all make sure you purchase all the resources in here. As you can see, I've got some more to purchase. I've purchased a lot. If you look down here, I purchased all of this stuff, and I've got more to purchase. So just make sure you use all these before the event ends, so that you don't you lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's what it is basically. So definitely make sure that you purchase everything inside of here. Purchase all the I really can't purchase this because both of those are fully maxed out and upgraded. I could dissolve the shards, but actually I did have a bunch of those shards, and I was wondering what I was actually going to be doing with those shards. Come to find out, this is one of the things that you got to be careful of. Enhancements and amplifications is you got to make sure that you can't use some of those shards to set up and enhance and stuff. That's something that you want to make sure that you don't get ahead of yourself on, because there are some of the things inside of these that do actually, you can't actually use shards from other parts, and there are other things that you might not really consider to be useful items that can be used to enhance other parts. So make sure that before you dissolve any type of shard, that it can't be used, not used on something else. Okay, because there are things that do that. So you just want to make sure that you keep your eyes on that, and make sure that you don't go a little bit out of there. Okay, because yeah, they do have stuff where it can be used, and if you don't have something to do it on, then it makes things a little bit harder. But I haven't seen anything that for the most part, that would other than in the Spirit Souls where you do the actual enhancement, which is under the where's that at? It's this right here, the transfer. This uses shards for S characters. Okay, so you don't want to be dissolving these shards okay, because they can be used for the inheritance. And as you can see, this is not a small boost in your skills. So I've already maxed out the 2 that I'm actually using. You can only use 2 in your team, and that's these. But the third one is on Ren, so I'm going to focus on tearing this up. But it does use shards from S shards, so you don't want to dissolve these shards. So always keep that in mind. Whenever they come out with an SS or an SS plus unit, check and make sure that some of those shards might be used to amplify or enhance it before you dissolve them. Okay, so just a word of caution. Okay, because they're coming out with new equipment all the time, so it would not surprise me if they throw something in where you can use other miscellaneous shards from other things to actually enhance or amplify them. So keep that in mind. All right, but yeah, that's it. So basically, get in there, knock out that time limited event. Make sure to grab the godly form of Asura, and you should be able to complete it now. And go ahead and start working on that. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll see the bell. Click on it. You get notified each time I drop a video. Also, remember to like and share the video, as it helps the channel immensely. This is Ken Rick coming at you from the corner, signing out.